526 days. That's how long it took Google to add a search bar to Google Stadia. Let's discuss. So let's crap on Google Stadia a little bit more. Hey everyone, my name is Kevin the Entrepreneur. Thank you for joining my media channel. So I have been pretty harsh on Google Stadia pretty much since day one, as have a lot of people. I just don't think cloud gaming is going to be the future. I think it will be a component of the future. But the thing is, I think the cost to entry is too great. I think too many companies are going to want their own streaming service, which is going to disrupt the desire to even move to cloud gaming. And of course, the point is that we don't really need to stream games. I mean, sure, maybe Fortnite and stuff, you want, and Phantasy Star Online and, those online RPGs, yeah, you want those on a server. But when it comes to things like the Mario games or things like that, I don't think you really need to be on the internet all the time. Plus the game ownership issue. Well, here's the thing. I'm not talking about any of that today. Because interestingly, I am a Stadia subscriber. I have a Stadia Pro account. I've even got the controller, which would have been good to have right here, but I think it's in the other room and I don't have time to get it. But anyway, here's the thing. I, as a Stadia customer, who, for the record, have only actually bought 2 games from the service and have just collected the free Pro games and paid subscription, it's frustrating when you go to the store and it looks something like this. Here we are, we're in the store, and we have what's on sale. We have new releases, we have Stadia Pro deals. In fact, have I claimed Immortal Phoenix Rising? No, you get it with Ubisoft Plus. Okay, so that's, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little, otherwise I've been claiming all the Pro games. So, wait, SpongeBob is free? SpongeBob is free? Oh, I am playing some SpongeBob SquarePants tonight. Yes, I am. Alright, I'll come back to you later. But anyway, you might notice something. There is no search bar. There's none whatsoever. I mean, if I want to see if, here's Life is Strange, they have the earlier games, let's search. No, I can't search that. And that's because Google Stadia does not have a search bar. However, one is finally coming, but it took them 526 days, which I don't know exactly what that means, to be honest. So anyway, The Verge says, Stadia is an online game streaming service from Google, a company that is practically synonymous with search engines and the general concept of searching things online. Over the past 2 decades, the idea of Googling something has become a standard part of language. So dominant has Google's search engine become in popular culture. On an unrelated note today, 526 days after its initial launch, Google has finally added a search bar to the Stadia store to better allow customers to search through the 172 games. Really, did I add today? Did I just miss it? Because I'm up here, I don't see it anywhere, but according to the article, this is where it's supposed to be, right next to the, this is where it's supposed to be, but it's not there. So for me, I still don't have it. Anyway, in addition to the new revolutionary search bar, which Google says will be reaching all players this week, Stadia is also debuting a new way to sort players' libraries to track purchase free and Stadia Pro games. The company also teased an upcoming activity feed that it plans to roll out in the future. So here's the thing. I am glad that they have finally added a search bar, but I don't know what this means for Google Stadia still. I still think this service is dead in the water, and I think it's still going to basically be gone by the end of the year. I mean, on one hand, adding a search bar suggests that maybe Google is not completely done with this service. On the other hand, shutting down the game studios is a much bigger indicator of what's going on, let's say, than adding a search bar. Adding a search bar is pretty secondary nature to Google at this point. The search system is built. It was probably integrated long ago. They just didn't have the search bar for whatever reason. But this search bar thing is like a very perplexing thing. It sends really mixed messages about what Google thinks about Stadia. On one hand, they care about it enough this late into the game, long after it's pretty much been declared a flop, to add it to continue to support the service, and that will make people be able to search the games more easily, and it could help with some sales. On the other hand, the fact that it took 526 days, this is more than a year, mind you, guess what? It kind of shows Google didn't really care about it at all. Also, new Chromecasts that came out were not supporting Stadia out of the box. I think they do now, but I mean, if you just need any proof whatsoever that Google Stadia is probably not long for this world, just look at how Google treats Stadia themselves. The search bar feature, look, it's nice that they finally have it. Totally okay with them putting it there, but you know what? It's a year and $1 too late. I don't see how a search bar can save Google Stadia at this point. But that said, what do you think? Do you think this is showing that Google is still invested in Stadia? Or are you perplexed by its lateness? Or maybe you don't care. Maybe you're just happy to have the search bar and you'll still wait and see what happens. I would love to know what you think, though. So comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.